I think what I needed most before I joined Cathay Bank was to have a purpose.
To me, the main difference between a job and a career is that a job is something that you have to do. A career is something that you were meant to do.
When you start to look at the long-term picture of your career, you don't want to just be a cog in a machine.
You want to be valued. You want to make an impact.
Having purpose is important. It's what makes your work matter.
When Cathay Bank first opened in 1962, our purpose was the same then as it is today. We want to open doors to opportunity so that our customers, our employees, and our communities can thrive.
When the first Cathay Bank branch was opened in LA Chinatown, it was an opportunity for the Chinese American community to access the US banking system. And as we watched our community grow, we as a bank continued growing as well. In 1985, we expanded internationally by establishing our footprint in Hong Kong. We continued our growth overseas as we opened offices in Beijing, Shanghai, and Taipei. Of course, through the years, our US presence has grown tremendously. After opening the first New York branch in 1999, we continued to expand by establishing over 60 branches across 9 states.
When I first started at Cathay Bank, I went through the officer trainee program. It's a rotational program that gives trainees an opportunity to work in different departments. The great thing about it is that you get exposed to different aspects of banking. You get to see retail banking from the customer-facing side and processes and support from behind the curtain. And to be honest, that's what sealed the deal for me about joining Cathay. That program helped me find my purpose. I realized that I belong on the customer-facing side of the business. And you know, maybe that's not for everyone. Maybe working in the back office is a better fit, but if a company is willing to invest in you and help you find out what you're good at, that's the kind of team you want to be on.
Before joining the company, I had over 20 years of experience in banking, so I've seen a pretty wide variety of bank cultures. I started my career at General Bank, which merged with Cathay Bank back in 2003. Sometimes, after a merger, you don't always know what's going to happen. An opportunity arose, so I decided to leave. I hopped around a few other banks through the years until eventually I got reconnected with Cathay Bank through my old colleagues. Returning to the bank after 13 years was pretty surreal. It felt familiar because most of my former coworkers were still at the company. But at the same time, it was a completely new experience because the bank was now 2.5 times bigger than it was before I left. All of my former coworkers had moved up to new positions. My boss was now an EVP. The more I think about all the growth everyone had at this company while I was away, the more I keep asking myself, why did I leave in the first place?
The bank has done a tremendous job building a team environment, which shows in the minimal turnover ratio. I mean, you're not going to find a lot of other companies out there that can boast these many employees with 20, 30, even 40-year tenure.
Before Cathay Bank, I worked at a construction software company, and the banks were our clients. So I had exposure to the industry. After a few years, I wanted a change of pace and had the opportunity to join Cathay. What stood out to me after joining the company was the culture of support they have here. A lot of the bank's philosophy comes from our brand promise, which is, we enrich your journey with hard work and heart.
Part of the brand promise that sticks out the most to me is the journey. There hasn't been any other company where I've worked that's put so much emphasis on where I want my career to go. You know, they focus on my journey and they do what they can to help me reach my goals.
I feel a personal connection with all of our customers because I'm a part of their life story. After you spend enough time talking to them, you start to see each transaction as a milestone. If someone opens a new account, there's a story behind it. It could mean a new job, a new house, or starting a family.
For our business customers, we really dig deep to understand what they're seeking in the marketplace. We examine their financial performance and ask questions that focus on what they're projecting to occur in their industry space. That involvement shows our commitment to supporting their growth and acting as a trusted banker. We try to give our customers a much better experience that exceeds their expectations.
I've worked at some pretty large companies in the past that had a really vertical corporate structure. With so many people who work under this hierarchy, you start to lose visibility of what you're actually doing with your day. At Cathay Bank, we have new roles and departments that are still growing, so you have a ton of opportunity to make a difference here.
It's all about working together. The hierarchy that you encounter at a lot of other banks isn't allowed to get in the way of teamwork here.
I'm a VP of loan operations, and occasionally if there's a problem, I'll speak directly to the customers. At other banks, it can be unusual for someone in my position to deal directly with the customer. But at Cathay Bank, we're all one team. We're in this together. We just want to get the job done, and we want the job done right.
Everything we do to enrich the journey for our customers and our team goes back to our purpose. We want to open doors to opportunity, and our doors stay open for everyone.